leading first half.
And the trials and travails of Billy Napier growing up a young quarterback that doesn't have a lot of reps. The play call did everything to get Richardson out of harm's way, and he still throws a pick to an unblocked defensive end in Jordan Wright.
Chance for a bad kickoff. This one's going to bounce and head toward the sideline, but it's not going to go out of bounds. Trevor Etienne picks it up, and he nearly lost it on the near sideline at the 20-yard line and down, and might have got hit late. At least that's what the fans want. Billy Napier's upset right in front of the official, but no flags dropped with a minute 21 to go here in the half. Things getting salty.
Salty is a good word.
Here on a very humid night.
Yeah, salty because of the level of sweat going on around here. But also, it's getting a little chippy down there, and we've had some pretty exciting events in this quarter.
I've got my Gatorade here as we are at the home.
The home of it, right?
The invention.
Do you go with the blue flavor? What's that all about?
Well, it's interesting. I'm more of a lemon lime yellow, but we're only offered blue and orange for obvious reasons.
Oh, okay. I'm with you.
And you don't ask when it's free, right? Minute 21 to go.
Most of us don't.
In the first half. Florida without a timeout. They hand it off and hit immediately at the 20-yard line. That was DeAndre Square knocking down Montrell Johnson. That thing was in a blink. Square was there. It's a gain of 1, and the clock moves with now 1 minute to go. Johnson will work his way to the sideline, and Trevor Etienne now in the backfield for Florida.
Well, Florida obviously wants the clock to run out. I don't think Kentucky with 2 timeouts should let them. At least force them to punt the football, because we've seen long snappers can have some issues.
Kentucky will receive the second half snap, but allowing the clock to run. 40 seconds to go in the half. On second down, Richardson gives. Etienne tried a juke move at the 24-yard line, grabbed and dropped right there for a gain of 3. Trayvon Ripka, defensive end, takes him down, and we're under a half minute to go. They don't even need to snap the ball if they do not want to, as the play clock has not begun here for Florida. 16-13, Florida out in front of Kentucky. Anthony Richardson looking over to Billy Napier and the offense coordinator Rob Sale, and they're going to let the final 10 seconds, it appears, wind off the clock. And despite a big mistake there at the end of the first half, Florida, Kelly, still has a 3-point lead as we head to the locker room.
Yeah, it's really been a good defensive effort. I think both quarterbacks have had their moments. Obviously, Richardson has struggled a little bit in the type of ball to throw and the accuracy, but the defenses, I think, have shown up and played well tonight.
16-13, Florida leading Kentucky. Wildcats will receive the second half kickoff. We are at halftime here at the Swamp in Gainesville as we turn it over to Jim Basquill in the studio with the Cross Country Mortgage halftime report.
All right, Kesty, thanks so much. Lots going on in that second quarter after a rather quiet opening quarter in Gainesville. College football halftime report is presented by Cross Country Mortgage with the best loan originators in the game. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done. Visit ccm.com today. Equal housing opportunity. NMLS 3029. Coming up next on the Cross Country Mortgage Halftime Report, we'll take you around the nation on a day of huge upsets and a near huge one that didn't materialize. This is college football on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO, Showtime. How many streaming services are you paying for? Better question, how many do you actually watch? Odds are you're paying for subscriptions you're not using. Why? Because getting out of subscriptions often feels like more trouble than it's worth. Not anymore. Just download the Rocket Money app. Rocket Money is the #1 subscription tracker, manager, and canceller all in one. Connect your accounts and instantly you'll see a complete picture of all your recurring subscriptions in one easy-to-use interface. Rocket Money organizes your subscriptions by due date and notifies you when something is coming up. Now, instead of waiting on hold for the better part of an hour while you connect to a customer service representative, cancel that subscription immediately with a tap right from the app, and Rocket Money will handle the rest. To find out more about all the awesome personal finance features packed into Rocket Money, go to rocketmoney.com/stream to download today. Or download the Rocket Money app from the Apple app or Google Play stores. Rocket Money, the money app that works for you.
I never ever thought I would open a business for myself, and then I had a baby.
Meet Patrice Mousseau, founder of Satya Organics, a skincare company created for people with skin issues, powered by Shopify.
When Esme was about 8 months old, she developed eczema. The doctor's only option to me was steroid creams. I just started experimenting in my kitchen crock pot. I actually found something that cleared her eczema up in 2 days. After about a year or so of just selling it out of my kitchen window, I decided to make a business out of it. Shopify templates are fantastic, and their customer service is absolutely stellar. You can buy Satya online, you can buy it in stores, you can buy it in our social channels, and that's all made possible by Shopify.
When you're ready to share your business with the world, grow it on Shopify, the all-in-one commerce platform trusted by millions of businesses like Satya. Get a free 14-day trial at shopify.com/play and start selling wherever your customers are with easy-to-use tools and friendly 24/7 support. Go to shopify.com/play right now. Shopify.com/play.
Bundling car and renter's insurance with Geico is so easy, your neighbors are probably already doing it. But who? Look for the signs. Chances are they live in a home and have a car. They use money and enjoy having more of it. They probably drink lots of lemonade. Lemonade. And they've probably said something suspicious like, "I'm bundling with Geico," or "Stop spying on me with those binoculars." If so, you may want to ask them how easy it was to bundle with Geico. Bundling is easy with Geico. Just ask your neighbors.
This is college football on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball back on the cross-country college football halftime report on a day of upsets around the nation, including number 6 taken out.
Bryce brings Robinson in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Bryce on the toss to the tight end. Caught by Pearson on the bobble. Goes to the pylon. Reaches the ball out, and he's in! That's an App State touchdown for Henry Pearson. And with 2:34 to go in the third quarter, the Mountaineers take the lead here in College Station at 13-7.
Adam Whitten, Learfield. App State forced 2 turnovers, stuns number 6 Texas A&M 17-14. They won a week after scoring 6 touchdowns and 40 points in the fourth quarter in an opening loss to North Carolina. It's their first win over a team in the AP Top 25 as an FBS team. You all recall the Mountaineers knocking off number 5 Michigan in Ann Arbor in 2007 when they were still in the FCS. That Mountaineers win rivaled by the W, courtesy of the Thundering Herd.
Long count for Buckner against the 4-man front. Marshall on the blitz. Buckner gets rid of it to the left sideline, and it is intercepted by Gilmore. 30, 25, 20, right sideline, Stephen Gilmore. Gilmore into the south end zone at Notre Dame Stadium, and Marshall leads it 25-15.
As Stephen Gilmore returned an interception, 37 yards for a touchdown. Steve Cotton the call on Learfield. Marshall shocking number 8 Notre Dame, 26-21, making Marcus Freeman the first Fighting Irish coach to lose his first 3 games. Marshall, first Sun Belt Conference team to play at ND Stadium, beat a ranked team in the top 10 for just the second time in school history. The Irish had a streak of 42 straight wins against unranked opponents. Snap, it was Freeman post-game on the team's lack of execution.
It's disappointing, that we didn't execute. It comes down to execution. We did not execute the way we obviously needed to win this game. And so we have to look at ourselves as individuals. I just told the team that we all have to look at ourselves, starting with the head coach on down, and say, okay, what do I have to do? What do we have to do to fix the issues that we're having, and not just focus on the end result. We have to look at the lack of executions in all phases of our team.
Yeah, how about that? 2 huge upsets in the top 10. There was also almost another one. Number 1, Alabama down late until Bryce Young engineers a 9-play, 61-yard drive in the final minutes in Austin, capped by this.
Now trying to give Bama the win. 33 yards, snap, spot, kick, all up, and good! Will Reichert boots it through with 10 seconds to go, and Bama leads it 20-19.
And that's your game-winning knock through the uprights. Will Reichert, a 33-yard field goal with 10 seconds to go. Young and Alabama overcame a stifling defensive effort by Texas to earn a hard-fought 20-19 win. That call again on Learfield. The kick kept alive the Tide streak of 53 consecutive non-conference regular season W's. Last time they lost a non-conference game during the regular season, way back in 2007, Saban's first at the helm of the Tide. Young was hit, harassed all day long, but he came through late He had this on College Game Day on what Saban had to say post-game.
For us, it was just making sure that we're executing at a higher level. Ultimately, a win's a win, and, he wanted to make sure that he reflect that too. But, we didn't, there's a lot of stuff that we wish we got back. There's a lot of stuff we wish we could do and execute at a high level. So, he did a great job of, again, it being a tough game against a really good opponent, actually being able to enjoy the win, but at the same time, kind of preparing us for Monday, for Stretch and Stride tomorrow, and making sure that, we have a better week of practice than we did this moving forward. And we improve on the things that we didn't feel like we did as well as we wanted to.
Yeah, so how about Trevor Maddich, co-host College Game Day, on how Texas might have provided the blueprint on how to take down the Tide.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, that Texas defense set up a template for future opponents this year on what to do to this Alabama offense. Because coming into the season, the question mark was, how would they mold the talent on their offensive line? And there's a lot, but there's guys in different places now. They're mixing and matching. How would they mold them into a cohesive five-man unit? And Texas attacked that. Mm-hmm. They came after that offensive line. They blitzed. The defensive line fired for penetration. They left the secondary in man coverage a lot and figured that they'd let the young receivers of Alabama prove that they could shake man coverage. And in attacking the line of scrimmage, not only did they disrupt the Alabama running game, Texas smashed Young so many times. I mean, I have not seen him in a game in recent memory get absolutely smashed as many times as he threw.
Longhorns quarterback Quinn Ewers knocked out with a shoulder injury at the end of the first quarter. Meantime, Nakia Watson scored 2 touchdowns against his former team, Washington State. Beats number 19 Wisconsin 17-14 in a game that featured 3 turnovers by each team. Coming up next on the Cross Country Mortgage Halftime Report, we'll take a look at the first half in Gainesville with highlights ahead. You're listening to College Football on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
If you don't know your numbers, you don't know your business, especially in today's economy. But over 31,000 businesses do know their numbers because they use NetSuite by Oracle. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, planning, budgeting, and inventory so you can manage risk and improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. See why NetSuite is the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/stream. netsuite.com/stream.
Every college football season, Goodyear knows the importance of winning on the road. The road will always demand confidence. The confidence to handle whatever the journey brings and to perform under tough conditions. And just like the players and fans of college football, Goodyear is ready. Are you ready for the road? Visit Goodyear.com to find the right Goodyear tires for whatever road you're on this season. Goodyear. More driven.
It's bedtime at the home of SiriusXM, but Conan O'Brien is still awake.
Turns out you don't need a car to listen to SiriusXM. You can listen to the app anywhere, in your room, by the pool, at the laundry.
And Brad Paisley just really needs his beauty sleep.
Conan, I just really need my beauty sleep. Maybe really expensive boat, like a yacht.
The waves could rock you gently to sleep.
Don't encourage him, guys.
Oh, sorry. Night-night. Everything you want to hear lives here on SiriusXM. Get the SiriusXM app now.
Kick off football season with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Join today to get started with $150 in free bets, guaranteed, when you place your first $5 bet. Just sign up with promo code PLAY to get in on the action. You can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. Don't fumble your chance to get $150 in free bets, win or lose, with promo code PLAY. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789 in Tennessee, 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming, or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia.
This week on Sunday Night Baseball.
Belton, look out. Dead center field, a blast for Jock Peterson.
Jock Peterson and the San Francisco Giants head to Wrigley Field in Chicago to face Ian Happ and the Cubs.
What a start for the Cubs and Ian Happ. A home run on the first pitch.
the Giants and Cubs on Sunday Night Baseball. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. You can also listen on the ESPN app or on your smart speaker. You're listening to College Football on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Jim Bass, we're back in the College Football Live Halftime Report, reminding you College Football on ESPN Radio is brought to you by Regions Bank. Switch to Regions Live Screen Checking for online tools that help you live in the moment. Visit regions.com. We now pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to College Football on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. So it was a tale of two quarters from the Swamp. Not much going on in the opening quarter, but things opened up in that second quarter. The first half recap is brought to you by Regions Bank. Switch to Regions Live Screen Checking for online tools that help you live in the moment. Visit regions.com. Again, the story coming in, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, the quarterbacks, plenty of pro scouts on hand. Just a 3-0 game after one. Second quarter, though, the Wildcats go 2 plays, 67 yards. It's a play fake from Levis.
Levis in the pistol now. Takes the snap. He will play fake. Levis clean pocket. Taking a shot downfield. Looking for Key. Goes up. Grabs it. Into the end zone. Makes a stupendous catch. Touchdown, Kentucky. Will Levis showing that arm off. A 55-yard bomb caught right at the goal line. Dane Key, the freshman, with a 55-yard touchdown reception.
And Dane Key on the other end, 7-3 Kentucky. Things look good for them. Levis, 9 of his first 10, 143 yards, but things swung the other way quickly. Gators follow with a 50-yard field goal from Adam Ahalik in a 7-6 game. They then picked Levis, and that led to this.
In the pistol, it is a give. Etienne bounces out left side, cuts inside the 5, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Trevor Etienne. Shifty is all get out. Gets 11 yards on that one, and the Gators have taken the lead back.
Trevor Etienne also hold in the 2-point conversion as they go up top there at 14-7. Then a bad snap led to a Florida safety. 13 unanswered points. Florida had all the momentum. Then Jordan Wright picked Richardson deep in Gator territory, and that led to this.
Will Levis under center. Sends Brown in motion. Levis the keep. Lurching to the goal line. Is he in? No official yet. They're looking, and yes, touchdown. Will Levis from a yard out. The quarterback sneaks it in, and Kentucky a point away from being down 2 here in the Swamp.
Yeah, Kentucky gets a touchdown, but another bad snap on the extra point. Rough first half for Cade McGraw, the snapper, and it was a 16-13 game, and that's your count by the break as Florida is up top. Lots going on in that second quarter. We mentioned the upsets. How about a ranked versus ranked top 25 matchup offering Tennessee and Pitt that went to OT?
Second down, 13. Tennessee in overtime back at its own 28-yard line.
Oh, my. Here comes 87 up the middle.
Hooker back to throw. He's got time. Looks. Fires for the end zone. That pass is going to be caught by Tennessee. Cedric Tillman, touchdown. Hooker had time. Tillman made a great recovery. He was going one-on-one against M.J. Devonshire. Made an adjustment on the ball. Came back to get it. And hauls in a 28-yard touchdown pass to take the lead in overtime.
Head in a Hooker. 325 through the air. That's your game-winning touchdown. Bob Kessling, Learfield with the call. Tennessee 34-27 over Pitt. Stetson Bennett 300 yards through the air. Threw and ran for a score. Number 2 Georgia 33-0 over Sanford. Ohio State all over Arkansas State 45-12 as C.J. Stroud throws for 351 and 4 scores 3, which to Marvin Harrison Jr. DJ Uiagalelei throws for 231 and 2 scores. Number 5 Clemson takes down Furman that final 35-12. Coming up next in the Cross Country Mortgage Halftime Report. How about the second half for the Gators and Wildcats from the Swamp? This is College Football on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Hey, it's Greeny. The Bills have banked a win. We're going to be talking Monday morning about which teams look like the biggest challengers to what looks like the best team in the sport. It's a Week 1 extravaganza, and we'll be talking all morning long. It's Greeny, starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN+.
ESPN, in partnership with Peyton Manning's Omaha Productions, presents Not Just Football with Pittsburgh Steelers defensive end Cam Hayward.
We've been talking a lot. Me and Hayden always have these conversations because his brother plays for the Angels, and so he likes to talk about Tani. And I've always been a Yankees fan, so I'm thinking Judge is going to win MVP. Who's got it?
I mean, it's gotta be Judge.
Listen to Not Just Football with the Steelers' Cam Hayward wherever you get your podcasts.
With other lenders, it can feel like they're calling the wrong plays. Not Cross Country Mortgage. They're the masterminds behind perfect play calling. Go with them, and your home loan experience will end in a victory parade in your new neighborhood. You're the perfect free agent to sign with the best loan originators in the game, and Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done. Reach out to them today at ccm.com. That's ccm.com. Equal housing opportunity. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Yo, check this out from Canty and Carlin.
The Jets are going to finish with a better record than the New England Patriots. This is the end. The dynasty is going to completely fall apart this year. I said I don't know about Zach Wilson. I didn't say I don't believe in him. But I do know that the rest of the talent on that team is a whole lot better. I'm betting against the Patriots here.
Check out Canty and Carlin, weekdays on ESPN Radio and on ESPN Plus.
Yo, Pablo Torre here, host of the ESPN Daily Podcast. When you want to go beyond your feet, when you want to get inside the score, when you want to get behind the highlight, there's ESPN Daily. Go deeper into the stories of the moment. Get the exclusive access and insider perspective that only ESPN can give you. ESPN Daily, hosted by me, Pablo Torre. Listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This week on Sunday Night Baseball, Jock Peterson and the San Francisco Giants head to Wrigley Field in Chicago to face Ian Happ and the Cubs. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. You can also listen on the ESPN app or on your smart speaker. The biggest names in sports are on ESPN Radio.
Cam Jordan and Mark Ingram, the New Orleans Saints.
So am I wrong for picking y'all to go to the Super Bowl?
No, you actually correct, because we got them dogs all over the field.
Talking about Jalen Brunson, again, newly minted point guard, signed with the Knicks.
I wouldn't necessarily call myself a savior. I'm definitely excited to contribute.
Clark Lee, the head coach of the Vanderbilt Commodores.
I think when we put the full force of Vanderbilt University behind this football program, and we have a niche in this conference as a top 15 school, I mean, the value proposition here is through the roof.
Commissioner of the Southeastern Conference, Greg Sankey.
I appreciate going to church without having to check my phone every 5 minutes when my wife hits me on the knee. And I try to explain to her, like, people sometimes need to talk to me even during the worship service.
The biggest names in sports come here. And it all starts weekday mornings with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max and continues all day. This is ESPN Radio. You're listening to college football on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball back on the College Football Live halftime report. The focus on the quarterbacks first half. Each have a pick in the opening two quarters. Will Levis, though, with the scoring strike. Gators up 16-13 on to the third quarter and back to our team. Ian Fitzsimmons, Kelly Stofford, and Mark Kestisher.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. 16-13, as you mentioned. Gators out in front of Kentucky. Both teams... maybe not going to send that tape to the College Football Hall of Fame. Let's get to Kelly Stouffer's halftime adjustments, brought to you by Eckrich Smoked Sausage. Find them in the refrigerated meat aisle at your favorite grocery store to create one-of-a-kind sausage recipes. Eckrich, you do you. Kelly, your halftime adjustments here for both teams.
Well, Anthony Richardson just didn't play very well in the first half. I think Billy Napier was calling the things you need to call with a young quarterback, and you can't have him have another birthday between the first half and the second half, most likely. So I think it's more of the same, just do it better. And I think you have to get him to calm down a little bit and just throw the ball more accurately on the body. I think offensively for Kentucky, they have to stick with the run game. Even if it's not effective in terms of production, it sets the table for the other things that you want to do.
We're going to catch up with Ian Fitzsimmons right after the kick. He spoke with both head coaches as Kentucky deferred, winning the coin toss. They will receive the second half kick. Barrion Brown, a week ago, today returned the second half kickoff 100 yards for a touchdown that catapulted Kentucky at a sluggish first half against Miami of Ohio onto its victory over the Redhawks. The kickoff from left to right, end over end, and Brown's going to let it sail out the back of the end zone for a touchdown, or for a touchback. Let's check in with Fitzy.
Just talked to Mark Stoops, head coach, Kentucky Wildcats, Kesty, and he said, look, my message to the team at halftime was simple. We don't think we can win. We know we can win this football game. Just go do the little things better, start with the minute, and build it up, and we will win this football game. We're the more physical football team. Do the little things right, and we will win. I said the running game, he goes, that's one thing. That's not minute. It's big. We have to be able to run in the second half.
Yeah, they were only Fitzy ran for 50 yards in the first game. They had 19 actual rushing yards in the first half, but only 2 net yards rushing, and they'll start this drive from the 25-yard line going from right to left. Snap, Levis, read option, keep, throws downfield. Official went down. It was intended for the tight end. Brandon Bates and Javon Dexter knocked it down at the line.
And starting this second half, that was a run-pass option. The offensive line is blocking run.